You ever notice how one small thought can quietly take over your whole day? It starts subtle, something happens, you interpret it a certain way, and a few hours later, you're in a completely different mood. And by the end of the day, it feels like the mood makes sense, like it was justified. That's not random, that's a pattern running. And most people don't realize they're inside one. Let's make it simple. Say somewhere in the background you carry the idea, people don't really value me. You might not walk around saying that. It might not even sound that clear in your head, but it's there. And it quietly shapes what you notice. Someone doesn't text back. That stands out. Someone talks over you. That stands out. Someone forgets to include you. That really stands out. But when someone checks in, when someone compliments you, when someone actually makes an effort, it doesn't hit the same way. Your mind doesn't highlight it because your mind is trying to stay consistent. It wants the story to hold together. And once that story gets a little traction, it stops being just a thought. It turns into a feeling. You walk into conversations a little guarded. You hold back just a bit. You test the room before you fully show up. You don't even realize you're doing it. And people respond to that version of you. Then you walk away thinking, yeah, I knew it. That's the loop. Thought, feeling, behavior, more proof. And the more it runs, the more convincing it feels. If it runs long enough, it stops feeling like a pattern. It feels like personality. I'm just insecure. I'm just not disciplined. I'm just bad at relationships. But those weren't discovered. They were rehearsed. Not on purpose, just repeatedly. And repetition turns into identity. Here's the important part. Your mind is always organizing around something. It doesn't stop. It's constantly trying to make sense of your world. So the real question isn't, why is this happening to me? It's what idea am I building around? That's a different question, and it shifts your position immediately. Because now you're looking at the pattern instead of speaking from inside it. And you don't break a pattern by arguing with it all day. You shift it by slowly practicing something else. If your default is, I can't do this, you start practicing, I'm figuring this out. If your default is, this never works, you try on, I'm learning how this works. It won't feel natural at first. That's fine. The old pattern didn't feel natural in the beginning either. It just got repeated enough times. So just start paying attention. What are you reinforcing? What are you subtly collecting evidence for? Because whatever you keep returning to starts shaping how you see everything else. You're not stuck, you're running a pattern, and patterns can change, but only if you notice them. If this made you think about something specific in your own life, drop it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.